So why did he need a black director? Could a white director not have?
It's not color, it's culture.
Explain the difference, because I think we're in a
Steven
space
Spielberg did Schindler's List.
For nearly half a century, Denzel Washington has been one of Hollywood's most iconic actors, but now he's stepping up in a new way, taking a stand against the industry's shifting values. Washington isn't just a celebrated actor. He's a thinker and a man of principles, unafraid to speak his truth even when it ruffles feathers. In recent years, he's been calling out the superficiality he sees in Hollywood, particularly the growing trend of empty blockbusters and the rise of woke culture that values quick wins over meaningful storytelling.
So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it.
Denzel's message is simple. Hollywood needs to return to substance. He's seen the shift from films that told rich, powerful stories to an industry more concerned with box office numbers and social media virality. What happened to the truth, he asks, emphasizing that in today's world, it's not about being right, it's about being first. We've become a society that values speed over accuracy, he argues, challenging both the media and Hollywood to remember their responsibility in telling real, truthful stories. And it's not just Hollywood storytelling that bothers him. In the age of social media, Denzel has observed an alarming trend among young people, an addiction to their screens. His advice? Turn it off. He understands the pressure and the allure of constant connection, but he warns of its dangers, calling out how this addiction strips away focus, creativity, and real human connection.
In this age of social media, what would you say to young people?
Turn it off. That's what I would say. It's hard for young people now because they're hooked. They're addicted. If you don't think you're addicted, and I'm talking about anyone, from the highest to the lowest, if you don't think you're addicted, then see if you can turn it off for a week.
Beyond social media, Denzel takes issue with Hollywood's surface-level approach to diversity. While the industry prides itself on being progressive, Washington believes that much of it is for show. He argues that true representation isn't about ticking boxes. It's about understanding and respecting the culture behind the stories being told. It's not just about color, it's about culture, he famously said, pushing back against tokenism in Hollywood. He calls for more than just diverse faces in front of the camera. He wants to see authentic voices behind the scenes, shaping the narratives.
Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List, but there are cultural differences. You know, I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like. That's a cultural difference, not just a color difference. So it's the culture.
Denzel also highlights how Hollywood's power structures remain largely unchanged. Despite all the talk about diversity and inclusion, the decision-makers remain the same. The real power, Denzel points out, lies with the few, mainly white men, who control which stories are told and how. He's not fooled by the industry's empty promises of change. They say they want diversity, he says, but who's really making the decisions? For him, the real fight is ensuring that the next generation has not just the opportunity to be seen, but the power to tell their own stories.
Have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are, I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other.
In a world where many stay silent, Denzel Washington is unafraid to speak out. His challenge to Hollywood is clear. Don't just perform diversity, live it. Tell stories that matter. Empower voices that reflect the world we live in. And most importantly, remember that real progress comes from truth, not trend.
Who laid the groundwork for me to be in the position I'm in? I'm going to make sure that there's hundreds of roles for the next generation and utilize the power that I have at this moment in order to do that. And nobody's going to get in my way.
Denzel Washington has been vocal about the significant challenges that Hollywood still faces. One of the hottest and most divisive issues today is cancel culture. While many in the entertainment industry are quick to join the wave of canceling individuals, Denzel takes a stand against this trend. He observes how society has become obsessed with tearing people down without considering the truth or the damage caused. Cancel culture, in his eyes, silences voices and stifles open dialogue, putting freedom of expression at risk. Denzel believes that fostering honest discussions is essential for a healthy society.
We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it.
Having witnessed firsthand how cancel culture destroys careers and silences those who don't conform to mainstream narratives, Denzel advocates for embracing individuality. He points out that many people feel left out in today's hyper-connected world simply because they don't fit the mold. For him, it's crucial that we stop rushing to cancel people for their mistakes or differing views, and instead learn to listen and grow together.
There are millions of people that are falling in the gap because they don't fit in to this information age. I don't care who you are. You can promise people a whole lot, but there's a whole lot of people that are in trouble right now because they just don't fit in.
Hollywood, according to Denzel, has increasingly focused on scandals and drama for profit, often at the expense of meaningful storytelling. He isn't interested in playing into these superficial narratives. As a director and actor, he uses his platform to uplift voices often ignored and shed light on crucial social issues. Through his production company, he supports authentic projects that resonate culturally and stay true to their message. Denzel's commitment to authenticity is evident in his work. Take Viola Davis's iconic scene in How to Get Away with Murder where she removes her makeup and wig. That raw moment was her idea, representing the kind of honesty Denzel supports. For him, real representation matters, and understanding the culture you portray on screen makes all the difference. Denzel has also voiced his concerns about Hollywood's increasing embrace of sensationalism over substance. He believes that the current woke culture often prioritizes controversy over meaningful artistic expression. Films like Fences, which he directed and starred in, exemplify the type of storytelling he values: human stories that matter without resorting to unnecessary drama.
Can I ask you a question?
The hell you got to ask me? Mr. Stewiggy, the one you got the questions for.
How come you ain't never liked me?
Like you.
Politically, Denzel stays neutral. He's observed how Hollywood has become a polarized landscape, pushing people to extremes. When asked about his political affiliations, he chooses not to share them publicly, emphasizing that it's nobody's business. While he strongly supports free speech, he worries that the entertainment industry's heavy lean to the left leaves little room for diverse opinions, creating an echo chamber. Denzel warns that it's essential to consider all perspectives and not merely follow the popular political causes of the moment. Ultimately, Denzel's message is clear. Hollywood needs to prioritize honesty, individuality, and substance over scandal. He believes that real change will come from genuine conversations and meaningful action, not from jumping on the latest bandwagon. In conclusion, Denzel Washington stands as a voice of integrity and authenticity in an industry that, in his view, has lost its way in many respects. His stance against cancel culture underscores his concern over the erosion of free speech and the weakening of diverse thought in Hollywood. For Denzel, cancel culture not only silences those who don't adhere to the dominant narrative, but also creates an environment of fear where people feel they can't express their opinions or be themselves for fear of rejection. In this climate, open debate and honest conversation are seriously threatened, which ultimately harms society as a whole. Through his career and his work as a director and producer, Denzel has sought to counter this destructive approach by promoting projects that not only entertain but also educate and uplift. He firmly believes that art has the power to unite and heal, and that stories portraying human truths without resorting to scandal or cheap controversy are the ones that have a lasting impact. His focus on giving a voice to the marginalized and addressing important social issues without succumbing to the pressure to create sensationalist content demonstrates his commitment to a deeper, more meaningful artistic vision. One of the major challenges Denzel identifies in Hollywood is its increasing political polarization. While the industry tends to overwhelmingly align with left-leaning views, he advocates for a more balanced approach, where all perspectives are respected and valued. For him, diversity of thought is just as important as diversity of race or gender. Denzel understands that true diversity isn't just about meeting quotas, but about ensuring that all voices are heard, regardless of their political beliefs. Without this openness, Hollywood risks becoming an echo chamber, where only the popular opinions are accepted and dissent is punished. Denzel has also critiqued the superficial way Hollywood often tackles complex issues. Rather than simply jumping on the latest political bandwagon, he urges the industry to dig deeper into the underlying problems and work toward real, meaningful change. For him, it's not enough to be another voice in the chorus of dominant opinions. A true commitment to social justice and equality requires action, not just words. In summary, Denzel Washington represents a voice of reason in a Hollywood increasingly divided and dominated by scandal culture. His insistence on authenticity, free speech, and the value of telling genuine stories positions him as a leader seeking to change the rules of the game in the industry. While many are swept up by trends and fads of the moment, Denzel remains steadfast in his belief that real art transcends superficial drama and connects with people on a deeper, human level. At a time when Hollywood seems more interested in generating controversy than creating meaningful art, Denzel offers a brave and refreshing alternative rooted in integrity, honesty, and true cultural connection. His message is clear: culture should not silence differences but celebrate them, and art plays a crucial role in fostering honest dialogue that inspires, educates, and empowers people. Hollywood has the power to change the world, but only if it's willing to tell the stories that truly matter. As viewers and participants in this cultural conversation, it's our responsibility to support the voices that seek to build rather than destroy, and Denzel Washington is undoubtedly one of those voices. Share us your opinion on the comments, subscribe, and like the video. See you on the next one.